Today on Toy Domination, we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff, things and whatever. But I've got a special hot, fresh co-host, Eric from No You Grew Up. He's not a special guest. He is a co-host. What's up, buddy?
Nothing. How's it going, man?
Awesome. I have given full rights to Eric to control the backstage here. So I'm going to let him just push buttons and mash things and pop them up. And we'll see how that goes. I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm pretty stressed about it, honestly. I'm not used to doing things live, so I feel like there's a lot I can mess up here. And also, I really appreciate you letting me co-host, because I feel like your channel's at the point now where I don't have enough talent to be a guest anymore because you have such great people on here. So you're like, how can I get this guy back on the show without embarrassing him? Oh, thanks, man.
That's not it at all. Speaking of great talent, we have another awesome guest, Josh from Wentzillah.
What's up, man?
What's up, guys?
I was doing a stall because I saw him walking around backstage. I'm like, hey, let's just keep talking until he gets his headphones.
I had one more light I wanted to turn on, man.
Completely my fault. Hey, so for the chat, I gave very specific instructions. You've got to give me. Here we go. This is what I was asking for. Rip shirt off. You can't play with my 375. Your best WWE intro. For anybody who's watching this post-show in the comments, I want you to drop your best WWE intro like you're going nuts and coming on stage. That's when I'll call you out. Here we go. Here's another one. Oh, you didn't know? Yes, exactly. That's what I want. Guys, welcome to the show tonight. So we're going to go and travel to Amrak spot, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah, I am too. This is like the first time anyone's seeing like the entire Amrak spot, because I've been very selective about like what I put out, because it hasn't been complete enough for me because I'm a crazy person. So now it's good to go. I don't know if you saw like people in the comments on Amrak spot, they were like, oh wow, this is bigger than I thought. I was like, yeah, it is to me too. Like when you're working in a space and then you're like, oh, but yeah, I'm excited.
You definitely, and we're gonna tease this. But you definitely showed some of the depth in some of the spots that I didn't see before too. Because when you're panning around, you don't quite see some of the depth in there too. So we'll cover that here.
Yeah, and
Good. No, what's up? Good.
No, I was gonna say the doo-doo guys, the new guys that I put in that are handling the poo. Like you can barely see them. They're like, and I spent so much time working on that area, and I'm like, oh wow, that's way back there. So tons of depth.
Like, you cannot imagine pain toy samples coming your way. That's what I wanted. Yes. Hey, let me ask you two something. So Joe and I was vehemently like, guests are not backstage. They're always up front. I'm not having them backstage. They're up front. He was like, no, just cue them and do a quick intro and bring them out. I was like, okay. What's the longest either of you have actually sat backstage during someone else's stream?
I mean, I feel like you think I get invited on a lot more streams than I get invited.
I want you to pretend.
However long I just sat there, that was my record.
All right.
Last night I was on the pig bar, and it was 48 minutes. I was painting the whole time, and then they're like, okay, and I was like, oh, I gotta put my brush over here. Like I was into like, obviously I'm into what they're talking about, it's toy photography. So, but we were like, I knew that we were on at the end, but I was like, oh, I could have done other things and then jumped in. But I was glad I was in the room because, I have sometimes issues getting in. So like, I don't connect because I got to run through, different stuff. But yeah, so yeah, 48 minutes last night was my longest I've ever.
That beats what I was about to rant about. I was watching a stream and they kept the guest who was like these prime guests, not just a series of guests, like the focus of the show was backstage for 5 minutes. I'm like, why would you do that? Like I've been back there for like 4 minutes. I'm like, I'm about to punch out. So that is my, I never want to keep people back there. She's like, come out, come talk to us. So
yeah, well, I mean, that was entertained the whole time. So it wasn't, it wasn't bad, but I was like, I got on there, I was like, it's almost been an hour, guys. What the hell? Like, but they're all, what the heck? What in the heck?
What did he say, Eric? Go ahead, push the button, Eric.
Woo!
Find it. Get it.
Wait, which one? I don't even know which one.
Get it. If Joe is here now, he'd be doing much better than you. No, not Pinocchio. What are you doing?
Oh man,
This one.
Oh, I didn't even notice it. I got to be aware of that, and I got to make sure I don't do it too.
it's
I forgot.
actually it's a place here in Michigan. So I was like, I don't want to go over there. I want to stay here in my city. So weird, yeah.
Eric, that is exactly what I wanted to have happen. It's great. It doesn't matter. I love Eric because even on his show, he'll be like, not even on a live show, he'll be talking recording. He'll be like, oh man, I totally messed this up. I fudged this all over the place. Like, oh, I messed it up. And I'm just like, this guy, like, doggedly, like, sheepishly beats himself up all the time, but it just makes you even more endearing. Like, honestly,
yeah.
I doubt anyone has ever just berated you for just admitting that you've had a fault like that.
It's more genuine.
Yeah. Okay, so here's a couple more we got here. Can you smell what my wife is cooking? Stuffed zucchini, pretty good. Broken glass, and then bow down. The king has arrived. Excellent. Other people are just not getting this. Here's a question for the chat before we go to news, because I'm curious. This is some very meta conversation I asked about guests. For the chat, do you like at the beginning of a show when people call you out, like go through the chat and call out everyone who's there? Is that something you guys like? Because I do it, but half the time I'm like, do these people? Is this? I
like it when I'm in the chat. I love hearing my own name.
Right?
I wanted that confirmation. So
I always make sure also I'm like this person because I like it. It's fun.
Okay,
like, I'm here. You see me.
Yeah, it's cool hearing somebody you like say your name too. Like, I don't know,
okay.
Even though, I mean, I talk to you, but when you mention me and like other live streams and stuff like that, I'm like, hey, you just said my name. That's awesome.
I heard my name in other streams also. I was like, oh, it's me. Like while I'm working on stuff, I'm like, oh, hey.
Yes. All right. Everyone says yes. Okay. So I guess this is my introverted side where I'm like, don't look at me. Don't say. I just want to. I loved when they started making the non-cashier checkout things. I was like, this is the greatest thing you've ever done. I just have a robot and I pay my thing and I leave and I never have to talk to a person. So, okay. Well, on that note, we got Thanos Copter in here. Hey, what's up, buddy? Pain's
what's up, Thanos?
Pirates of the Galaxy, Starboy Station, Task Force Gamma, playing with 375, Better Ray Bob. Toy DOMination, he doesn't count. Get that loser out of here. Rad Toy Galaxy, man, we got a lot of world builders out here tonight. Outer Multiverse. Look at all these guys. Good grief. Okay. All right. It's time to get on the toy train. I agree. But gents, before we fly off to Amrak, let's do a little toy news, shall we?
All right.
A little toy news?
Yes.
Eric, you got the button, Eric? You know what you want to do?
Go on.
I am going to need some explanation about the hat, Josh. I like it, but what?
It's just a knitted hat. It's a nice little knitted thing.
Did someone knit that for you?
No, it's from like a store.
Okay. So I don't know. Maybe that would have been even cooler. So
I did it.
No,
I knit when I'm not.
All these talents.
With my feet. That's because my hands are always busy. So, yeah.
Oh, Gap After Dark, Famine Studios. What's up, man?
Famine.
I had to say, like, no offense to your fans, but we have some really great followers that come over here. I love these guys.
Yeah, everybody's always real cool in your chat, man.
I think so. I think it's one of those things that all three of us have talked about before with fostering positivity, fostering that community. Like, there's never any of those people who are just like, oh, screw Hasbro or any of that stuff. It's usually generally like, I was disappointed or I didn't want to get that. But that's the most there ever gets to is like an honest opinion. And generally everyone's like saying, hey, everyone's like, and I've met most of these people too. I'm usually just shocked. Like, these are really good dudes. Like, just a bunch of great people.
And when I listen to Famine on here, holy cow. Like, just so intelligent and like very unique person. I could listen to him for like ever, just talking about all the things. So
really fun guy. Yeah. I go ahead, Eric, please.
I was gonna say, me and Brendan actually talked about that in our latest episode of the podcast. Like, I've probably learned more unexpectedly just from people commenting on my stuff than I ever thought I would have. You know what I mean? Like it has been a great learning experience just by people, and nobody's ever like a butthole about it either. You know what I mean? They're just like, hey, actually this, and they say it in a really nice way. And I'm like, thank you for correcting me. Like I'm never gonna get mad about it. I'm not an expert, so yeah, that's kind of like a cool side effect that I just noticed lately that I didn't really notice before.
I heard you say that in one of your videos too, where you're just like, hey, this guy corrected me. I was wrong. Thanks. I'll never get mad about it. I was like, yep. But that fosters the followers that you have that you're growing. There's certain channels that are negative.
I feel like it builds a community. Like I feel like it kind of makes everybody a little bit involved. Like I've said before, like I make the videos, but if nobody was commenting, if nobody was liking, it would pretty much just be, I would feel like I was talking to a void kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Thanos Copter and Gap After Dark and Famine. You guys didn't get the note, but I need your best WWE intro. Okay, that's what's going in the chat here. So I shouldn't have called you out until I got that. All right, let's talk about some news here, guys. So, actually, I've got well, that's all yours. Ooh, that's some cool videos here I got from Amrak. Let's not go over those just that here. But I've got some news. I was actually doing a little sleuthing, and I found young Eric, and I thought I recognized you in your videos.
Okay.
Like, man, this is driving me crazy. I know this guy from somewhere. So I played this, I knew it, and then I did like a little aging software app, and so it aged the face, and you'll be surprised.
This could be anything.
Great. It's spot on. It's incredible. That was you.
The way that you blended, man, just insane amount of talent, man.
It explains the channel. It like explains so much.
I mean, I do love turtles, so I mean,
there's footage. We see.
All right. So speaking of turtles, though, or maybe not turtles, I don't know.
Not turtles. Not Donatello.
Go ahead. You have one of these boys. Explain this to me because this is awesome.
I do. So these are the Fury toys. They're the Samurai Spring, or Leonardo was Samurai Spring. This is Samurai Autumn, and then there's a Splinter that's coming out too. So they're made by a third-party company, so they're unlicensed, but they are probably so. I have the Leonardo, and I didn't go in on them at first, and when everybody started getting this figure in, they were like, man, this is like figure of the year for sure. I'm like, how can this third-party figure be that cool? So I got it, and it turns out these figures are that cool. Like. I don't know how to explain it unless you're holding it in your hand, but like it just feels so much better than any other turtle figure that I've ever held. And like the deco on it is just second to none. Like I don't know what's painted and what's the plastic on here because it's done so well. And I mean, I'm not an art connoisseur by any means. Like I honestly couldn't even tell you what a dry brush technique is, but like I don't know. Like I can't explain to you how cool these figures are. I think I ranked him number 3 in my top 10 TMNT figures of last year. And as time has gone on, I honestly think he's number 1. Like I think he's the best turtle figure I own. So these figures, I mean, I would give them a high recommend. They're pretty expensive. They're a third-party company. They're definitely
how much? Yeah, it's a steep price point, isn't it?
They're expensive. They're about $60 a pop. So yeah, but
that's not bad.
They're also
that's not bad.
No,
I thought it was
again, you're talking higher end stuff, but I usually think like in Hasbro terms and stuff.
No. Okay, yeah, I thought they were. I swore I saw this bad boy for 100.
Maybe.
So I mean, people might already be reselling him, but on 5ktoys.com, he should still be $60 if he's.
5K. Okay.
Yeah, that's where these come from. That's the reliable source I know to get them from anyway.
Yeah. These are on scale with the wait, hold on. He actually showed a picture.
They look about 5.
Donatello's going to be a little bit bigger. It showed the prototype, so he's going to be taller. But like the Leonardo is about the same size as a regular figure.
I'm gonna pop up here. There you go.
Donatello's going to be a little bit taller, but
that's cool.
Yeah, I got a figure to compare him to. So he's about the same size as a regular Playmates figure. He's right in that ballpark. So like I say, he's a little bit smaller, but again, that doesn't really take much away from him. And I know you guys like your 3 3/4 anyway. So yeah, like it's the surprise of the year for me for sure. These are awesome figures. I would give them a high recommend all day.
Well, so Josh, I mean, you are mostly 3 3/4, but you have a lot of Power Ranger stuff, yeah?
Oh, yeah, I have a lot of I
Yes,
have
feel like
hot.
a lot of your
I have
photography is 6-inch for the most part. It seems like.
Yeah, on my page it's mostly 112 and 16, and then on Amrak spot it's all 118. So that's why I made the divide so that I could separate my content because otherwise I'd be posting 18 times a day. So I was like, I just need to. But yeah, it's I have a lot of I did take in when I went more into 118 and then when I went up to 16, a lot of 112 stuff I had to get rid of, but I still have a lot of stuff that I can pick and choose where I like a few legends here, a few figure arts here, no Mezco anymore, no more Mythic Legions, but I got a little bit of everything.
I'm gonna snap you into a Slim Jim. Yep, no, that works perfect. Good job. And then you've got love the Donnie and their adolescent karate reptiles. So not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
There you go.
And then that Splinter's awesome. And then Payne's Toy Sample says, "Hit me up. I'll teach you about dry brushing." And then
I know
a lot he can teach me. So.
There might be some videos on the Wentzillah reboot that do dry brushing. Like over 200 videos.
Yes. Again, so I was telling Eric beforehand, I was like, I feel like I'm mixing worlds because Eric is very niche and collects one thing, but Josh takes stuff apart and customizes. I feel like I'm mixing like skaters and jocks at high school here. I don't know what's gonna happen, but he's like, who cares? I'm like, yeah, I'm overthinking this, but it's awesome to blend that.
I think it's amazing when people can collect one. I wish I could do that. Like I would love it, and I think it's awesome. And I can live through other people very easily. So.
Hey, I just followed this guy's account today. I don't really care that much about Power Rangers, but those are some awesome dadgum photos. Like, wow. So
you don't care that much about Power Rangers?
Well, so let's
go a bit older than
I'm out of here.
So I do, but I don't own a single one. Now Finn, my 5-year-old, has somehow jumped into that, right? Like skipped the 7-year-old. But let's talk Power Rangers here for a minute here.
Oh my gosh!
Look at this. Now, for those who don't
blows me away. Like, I mean, there hasn't been a Draken in anything, but I can't imagine studio designs looking any better than this. Like, this is amazing.
Now, some might not recognize this, but this is Josh. So let me help you. Now you can tell. There you go.
Yeah, we're sleeves today. We're on YouTube.
Come on. That was. I think Eric, you wanted to talk to him about the cosplay. Yeah, that totally counts as news.
Yeah, because like I said, it's amazing. And again, as someone with no talent, it's just crazy when people can just do stuff like this in their own house. Because when Power Rangers came out, like
that shot was actually in this room, so that's funny.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah, we had to set up a lot of stuff, but yeah, all in here. Hey, that's me with Brennan. The actual Ranger.
Yeah, and look, I mean, your stuff doesn't even look much different than his. Like, it's so
actually,
your costumes are so good.
They're made by the same people too, so that's part of it. But yeah,
and you did that professionally for a little while, right?
I did. Well, yeah, we got. They would pay for your hotels, your flights, your gear, as you see, like that whole suit that I'm wearing. I didn't pay a penny for, so it's all about. Like how we promoted it and stuff. We just, kept going and going and going, and everything was screen accurate, and it was just a lot of fun. So,
how do you even get involved in that? Like, what was your pipeline into that?
It's a very long story. So I was in a Facebook group. It was the Ranger store, and then I started up a Facebook group with my good friend KO Toybox, Kaori London, and I saw that some people were being treated unkindly. I reached out to them. I was like, hey, I don't think this is okay. And then we started talking about cosplay. I was like, I really love what you do. And he's like, yeah, you should do it sometime. I'm like, yeah, I'm way too big for that. And then he was like, no, you should do it. And I was like, no. He's like, just do it. And I was like, okay. So then started cosplaying, started meeting up with them. We talked for hours on the phone. And then I ended up going to just big cons and working with Boom Studios and crazy stuff like that. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
That is really cool.
It was actually amazing. So, and then my fiance got involved too. So it was great.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, so
And
What
Chris
is the relation-
Cantata also. Sorry.
What's that?
There's some Chris Cantata. He did a few videos. So technically we were suit actors. Technically.
Okay.
So yeah, but not really. We're cosplayers. But yeah.
Yeah, but still, so what is Boom's involvement with the cosplay then? Is it just promotion for Boom that you guys were doing?
Yeah, so at the cons, so Denver Comic Con, for an example, they released an issue of the cover with Samurai Lord Draken on it. So we came as part of like the story that they were doing. So we had 3 of the characters that were in the story, and I was the person who was on the cover. I was not that Lord Draken, but Samurai Lord Draken. So yeah, so we went, they were releasing that cover at the con. I was that character, which was never done yet as cosplay or in any type of suit. So yeah, I was the first one to do Samurai, and that was pretty amazing too. So I would like hold the comic with the people, take the picture, and
yeah, dude, that's so cool, man.
it was insane. And it's so crazy because I didn't have a helmet for that until it came to our hotel. So a lot of the stuff is very like no one really sees behind the scenes, but it's a lot of, you know, body work. Like obviously you have to be in pretty decent shape. I put on like 30 pounds since then, and then all of your stuff isn't always there, and you got to fix things.
30 all on the top though.
Yeah. Well, you have to be. I mean, because you have smaller people who are playing these roles.
Yeah,
like,
definitely. Yeah,
you know, they're not 6 foot 235. So I was down to like 205 because Samurai, you had to be. You know, I felt like I had to be a certain size. So yeah, I shedded a lot of weight, and I was starving in a lot of those pictures. So. But yeah, it was all a lot of fun, and yeah,
so the helmet is covering up like you're just sucked in, starving-eyed face.
Oh, and you would think, you know, my head would get smaller, but it didn't. So the helmets were so tight because my head's so big. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. The helmet came like the day of. When it got to us, it was like the top piece of Draken's helmet was off, so I had to like adhere it back on and all on the fly. It's crazy sometimes, but. It was a lot of fun.
Do a video about talking about your past experience with that stuff. Like that'd be really entertaining. Just talk like just what you did. Show up a couple of pictures and you just explaining some behind the scenes stuff. That'd be a great video.
It might, maybe.
Have you already? Yeah. Hey, so on other news here. So speaking of great videos,
woo.
Yeah, Eric, you just put out a team that kind of got cut off there, but Ninja Turtle Comics. Where do you start? I watched it. I have an opinion, but go ahead, explain your video there.
Yeah, so I wanted to start talking about comics for a long time. And Turtles clearly is kind of the main reason everybody watches my stuff. I want to talk about other stuff, but everybody's really there for the Turtle stuff. So I figured that'd be a good place to start with comics too, because there's just so much. There's been so many iterations of the Turtles. There's been 5 ongoing volumes, a million different miniseries. So just kind of helping people that might not know, because again, that's mostly who I'm kind of trying to talk to. My content is for everybody, but really, like, when I'm doing stuff like that, it's to help people that are kind of, like, just getting into it or might have never read a comic. I mean, I never even read a Turtles comic until I was in my 30s, so I just started at the beginning with Mirage, and then I learned about, like, the IDW run and stuff, and, yeah, just kind of trying to tell people good places to jump in, and even with like the mini series and stuff like that, and what other mini series are out there. So like right now there's like 3 different mini series going. They have a new Sagi crossover going, they have a Power Rangers crossover going, and they have a Street Fighter one that's about to start right now. So just kind of, like I said, just helping new people figure out where they can jump in.
Yeah. So I agree with this on IDW. So I am currently, let's see, this is 117 through 135 right here. This is my back stack, because every time I see them, I'm like, whoop, gonna add that in there, because the IDW run just fresh.
Yeah,
like
I really dug it.
Oh, absolutely love it. And like right now, not any major spoilers, but they're kind of in this like isolated city where it's all mutants, and other people I think have been turned to mutants. So there's no more like running in the sewers or having to do disguises or run for the cops. They're just all mutants doing, like, they're out in the open. I'm like, this is awesome, and like it's really enjoyable. There's tons and tons of new characters in it. Like,
so many.
It's so fun.
Yeah, so because I have the collected editions, like the first 4 volumes. So I read the 1 through 30, and then I actually just picked up, because I've been collecting since like 97, but I wanted to get to the point where I read all the way up to there. But now I'm just like, I just want to jump back in. So I jumped back in an Armageddon game, and it's really hitting the fan there. So like what you were talking about, the door's kind of getting kicked wide open on all that stuff. So yeah, the mutants definitely went from being underground to being very well known.
It's really cool. And Josh, so you're a big Marvel fan, but do you collect comics currently too? Are you in?
I not anymore. No, I listen to them more often than not, just because I'm always working on something. Like I can't take the time to read. My fiance is big on. Well, that's the thing. Every time I went to the comic book, I was like, it's like $100 and some. I was like, I really can't afford this anymore. I just kept cutting and cutting and cutting, and then I got to the point where I just stopped showing up. I was like, I can't keep doing this. So yeah, no, I really enjoy comic books. I'm just always tooling with something. So yeah, it's just, with world building, it's really impossible for me to take any time away. Like every day I'm in here doing something. So, but I
interest in stuff, period. Like, I mean, I'm a person that I feel like my problem is I have too many hobbies. Like, and it's hard to really pick a lane and just focus on something for me. Like, it's very difficult.
Yeah, I love comics, and I think a lot of the imagery, and not image, but I like image, but I'm saying a lot of the illustrations and stuff is a lot of toy photography can come from that. Honestly, like just the way that they draw things out, it's very good.
IDW Boom does amazing stuff for TMT. Yep, absolutely. And to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Yep.
Yeah, I love the Boom run's one of my favorite, comic runs ever. I love the Power Rangers Boom run. It's been awesome.
I feel like it's geared towards us.
Oh, it definitely is.
It is.
Definitely is.
Unlike I get that.
Unlike Once and Always and Forever, whatever that thing was.
I haven't even watched it yet. I still haven't watched it.
No, I came hot off the Toy Cast last night where we were. That's why they brought me in, and I was the only one that was like the negative one about it. But someone had to be, otherwise we'd all be like, "It was so good." And I had to be the one. I was like, "Well, actually," but yeah, you should watch it.
Mighty Morphin Godzilla crossover. Okay, I didn't know there was a Mighty Morphin Godzilla crossover. That'd be awesome for basically Mecha Godzilla with Power Rangers. That's cool.
There was that DC crossover for a little bit too. That little run that they had. That was fun.
And then just buy the old trade papers. So that's what Eric is recommending. Don't chase singles. Buy the trade paperbacks. Wait for them to go on sale. Like $5 or whatever like that. That's why I'm gonna have to go back for I have huge gaps in my Turtles runs, and I chase other singles. I'm not chasing Turtles because that's a very if I can, that's an extra title for me. So yeah, I'm gonna get the trade. So, and then you've got it's Vaz. Great show. Thank you. And I'm a fan of Mighty Morphin because of Boom. So
yeah, that's what really rekindled my love. Honestly, it was Boom. Like I like everybody our age. I loved Power Rangers when it was out and stuff, but the Boom, that's probably what makes it my third favorite franchise right now, is just because of the Boom comics. Like, even all the characters they've introduced, like Draken is just as cool, if not cooler, than any figure that was introduced before that. So
it's true.
They're single comics in different zip codes, Famine, so it doesn't count, all right? Hey, Steven, by the way, if you're in the chat, please confirm, let me know. I don't know if you're driving your hot car or not. So, okay. Last on the news here, we got one more thing I wanted to cover. I'm stalling because I'm looking for the cover. Oh yeah, I am. This got me really excited. Yeah. So Josh, you put out a video about the 4-inch figures of these. I only have the 6-inch ones. I actually showed my boys your video. Thank you for making that age appropriate, because they ate it up, man. They ate it up. Go ahead, talk about these guys.
So firstly, I can't find out any information on these anywhere on YouTube or anywhere. So I was like, and I only make videos now because I'm old. So I only make videos now of things that I just learned, like techniques and do-it-yourself type figure stuff. Or if it's something cool, because I really don't like doing reviews. I think other people do them really well, and I don't want to step on those toes. So I just wanted to unbox them and show them off and kind of show the scale of them and stuff. So I think I was like, I'm going to hold back nothing on these. We're going to gloves are off, and I was like, these are pretty awesome. Like, unfortunately, I have nothing bad to say. So the things I thought were bad looked great. So.
I can't find them, and I have looked.
They're on Amazon, bro.
I've looked at one place, and I can't find them anywhere from my one Walmart. But
They're not at Walmart.
Yeah, my one Walmart, I couldn't find it. They look really fun. I am shocked how much my boys and I love the 6-inch ones. Like, we got those, and my boys, we watched the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 because they were so in love with those 6-inch figures. Like, hey, so you remember that video I showed? Those are 4-inch. Like, Dad, we've got to get the 4-inch ones. So they're like stoked for them. So.
And Rocket. So Rocket comes with the ship. It's that.
Oh yes, I didn't get a picture of that. Yeah.
It's in that shot. And Rocket's gun actually comes with Groot. Because Groot doesn't have a weapon, but Groot comes with his weapon. So in a lot of my pictures, I had Groot holding a gun, and I was like, oh, by the way, it's not his. I don't know why I was taking pictures with it, but hey, they're already done, and I'm already editing, and I was like, oh, so
and they're affordable.
Here they are.
Yeah, they're affordable. They're 4 inches. Like, they have somewhat limited articulation, but not bad. Like, it's awesome. It's actually to kids. Like, it's great.
Yeah, no ab crunch or anything, but they're not 5 POA, so they work, man.
Yep. Guys, I think that. Oh wait, I do have one more thing in the news. Steven confirmed that he's in the shower, which is how I like him to be. So Steven, just want to say happy birthday. I hope we're the first ones for all your birthday. Happy birthday, buddy. I often call Steven Peter Parker because I'm in a chat with him. And he constantly says things that makes me feel like Tony Stark, Iron Man, to his Peter Parker. He's like, hey, do you remember that old movie, Dom, where the big walkers? I'm like, Star Wars, God's sake. Eric, that's been the news. You want to hit the button? You want to mash that button?
Wait, you just do the news again afterwards? I can't even remember.
Yep.
Wait. Where'd the news
Toy
go?
News. Click it. Roll. Scroll down. Toy News. Click it. Smash that like button. Everybody smash the like button while Eric's trying to figure this out.
Do it live!
Why is it so hard? Why am I so bad at this? Did you get rid of it? Am I losing my mind right here?
No, you just gotta press the button.
Sorry.
I love that you couldn't find the news, but you knew where that one was.
I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what is happening.
I love that you knew that one. Like you knew if anything goes wrong, I have this one, and like that's your go-to. That honestly made me gut laugh. That's great.
That was worst.
No, it's good. Hey,
I don't do live shows. This is why.
So you're doing awesome. You're doing awesome. Get out of here, man. You're fun. So, but before we go to Amrak, we have a little bit of time budgeted to be able to talk about some Marvel
trading cards.
I have been excited to be able to talk about these. We never have time in the show.
Hang on a second.
That's rude. In the middle of the show.
I was a producer. Oh no.
Oh, really?
Middle of the show.
Okay. So Joe. He said we actually don't have time to talk about X-Men trading cards right now.
Wow. We're at a parade and it starts raining. Joe's making it rain.
I guess I'm glad that Joe is so dedicated that even when he's not here, he's managing the time of the show. That's
but speaking of cards, some cards were put out this week.
Go ahead. We'll talk about your cards. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the non-artistic, if you guys have ever seen him, he's putting out these collector cards, and I put up this is hard to do with the mirrored thing. Nope, this way. Here we go. Right. This is my shot, and these are the collector cards with the logos on them. So there are, I believe, 12, but each wave is going to have 9. This is the OG wave, so a lot of really good photographers. There's a lot of guys in here. Yimbo's in here. Oh man, I could go through all of them. Non-artistic. And
why don't you tell people where to go? Where can they go?
Sir Dork, and yes, so you can go to the non-artistic, and you can DM him, and the first 9 people to buy a set of these and First Strike Figs. That's one of my homies, so I had to show his thing. But yeah, if you DM him. The first 9 people will be in the next wave. So,
wow,
and
very cool.
I wanted to bring this up on your thing specifically because I was like, I'm really geeked about this, like putting them in a thing, like how we used to have our trading cards and Marvel cards.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, how cool would it be if World Builders had a wave where it was all like Amrak Spot, Sky Bottom, like all these guys, and it was just a shot of our worlds, and then our logo is on the back. And I pitched that to him, so it might be in the works. He just doesn't know a lot of them, so I would be like the person, the middleman, hopefully, to show him some of these crazy worlds, because he kind of has. He's very like has I don't think much of an idea of the world building community, and I think he's really open to it. So it'd be really cool to have like a Tatooine card. You know what I mean? Like but it would be the 118 world, so or a ship. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that.
I've recently started doing more streams with games, and I'm going to invite a lot of the station folks on, and we're going to play games with characters based from those stations and do like world building stuff with them too in the future. So that'd be awesome to actually have like a physical material to kind of go with that too. So that's really cool. I love those cards. Everyone go check out Non-Artistic. Sir Sir Dork, right? Sir Dork?
Yeah.
I actually follow him on YouTube for a while now, and I thought I could do toy photography, but now I just live vicariously through his stuff. But
he does really good stuff. He was in a live in one of the groups one of the toy group I used to be in, and when I would ask him questions, like everybody's like, "Oh, we love you," blah blah, and I was like, "All right, so you're lighting on this shot when you do it like this," and he was like, "So I use this and I bounce the light from this." He's very open to tell you exactly how he's doing things. So
he's a good dude.
It's all very practical, and I love practical shots. So.
We got Zazel from Sergeant Slaughter's Slaughterhouse in the chat too. Zazel, I'm only showing this because you were so kind to say, don't forget to like and subscribe. We are very close to 1,000K. Thank you. Zazel, you're supposed to do your best WWE entrance. So you put out those awesome Sergeant Slaughter wrestling videos. I need you to come back in the chat and just make your best Slaughter WWE call out, okay? And apparently it's also Fatback Station's birthday. So happy birthday.
Hey!
So, yep, and then we got a bunch of other. So, hey, and then one of my Canadian toy polloi, Go Figure, Adam at Go Figure. Listen, Josh, Eric, I don't know if you know this guy's channel or not. He recreates toys. He just recreated. He was like, hey, this Lion-O from 1980s doesn't light up anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and recreate the gadget to plug into the back to make him relight. Like he just 3D prints, reverse engineer stuff. Really fun to watch, man. So pretty cool stuff.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Okay. What the heck were we talking about? I don't even remember.
X-Men card?
Oh no, we're gonna go.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
There's no time. There's no time. No, I was glad that was a great segue. So we're gonna travel to Amrak's spot, but I just want to shout out there. This Sunday we're having a special show. Sky Bottom Station's coming on. We're gonna talk some world building. We're gonna see Sky Bottom, and then we're also gonna play a little bit of a game too that involves one of his characters and some world building, and then. Sometime in the future, I don't know, in May 4th, we're going to have Defenders Eden / Armies of Ashmore, those big brute dino figures that are coming out. I've already bought into them. I love them. I saw them in hand at Legion Con in November. They're really cool. So we're going to have him on and talk about his upcoming Kickstarter too. So check those two shows that are coming up in the near future. All right, man, let's at 38 minutes into the show, let's actually talk about what people came here to see. We're talking about everything else under the sun here, but let's take a little trip, and we're going to go to Amrak Station here. So you sent
Amrak spot, dude. If you call a station, we're
well,
I made a spot so it'd be different.
It's just Pinocchio. See, Eric, that's when you play that one. Just ran at any moment. Pinocchio's always good.
God, I'm doing so bad.
You're doing great. I'm so glad you guys.
I'm kidding. Man. Go ahead.
All right, here we go. Okay, so this is awkwardly displayed here, but I'm just gonna put it up, and you're gonna talk.
Oh, okay. So this is the actual place where all the X-wings are. I forgot the hangar. Wow. So it houses 3 X-wings, a wing, a snow speeder. That's the eject little pod. And also has a little guy called the Millennium Falcon up there. So
how deep that was. That was crazy. Hold on.
Well, yeah, the Falcon's not small.
No, it's not. It's not at all. Oh, this is actually Amrak Island. So this is what just got done, which has been taking me over a month or two. And so it used to be away from Amrak spot, but now it's all connected. So it's more like a peninsula, but we're still going to call it
not an island.
Hey, I got the signage done for islands, so it's an island. But yeah, it's these are just a bunch of different buildings housing vehicles and ships. That's your B wing over there, and this is a small AT-AT. Some horses.
That's that mini guy. That's that mini AT-AT
from the Imaginex.
Yeah.
You got Dino. We have some clone things. There's a huge container of the electrolyte drink. So, yeah.
Hold on. Here we go. So, great shirt, maggot. No push-ups for you. Hit that like button, and that's an order. Don't make me come looking for you. Okay, at ease. Enjoy the show. Good job.
Perfect.
I can't do as good of a perfect. That would have been. Now, Eric, that is a good cue to play the.
Come on, Eric.
What?
He's like, which one?
If Joe was
What are you gonna be? Perfect. That's right.
playable. Eric, you nailed it.
Good job.
All right, so before the last episode you were on, Josh, were you just showing like a very small snapshot of what you had going on, and now you've just expanded it, or has everything been overhauled?
Everything has been kind of set up. I just didn't have a lot of little corners of things done. And then Amrak Island, I was moving it into Amrak spot. I took out it's actually in a cabinet, and I took the doors off, took the shelving out, and then added all that in, and then added some more outward. So it just wasn't complete enough for me to show off everything. So definitely getting the right characters in the right places. And I was talking to Dom about it. I want to pull out a lot of the army building stuff that I'm doing and just keep some residents in there. So
let me see. I think this is the next one here. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's just some more of Amrak Island. That's actually from Sky Bottom right there. When Commander Zilla went to Sky Bottom and took some Gamma Zilla fuel. The horses again. And that's Dr. Gomezington. He does bike work, and
he's a doctor.
He was a doctor. Now he's a doctor of bikes. So
I love that netting. That is awesome. The vertical netting there. That's great.
Yeah, that's actually some gutter guard stuff. So
okay. Yep, I see that.
This is a big metal piece of gutter stuff, and
his roof is leaking, but he's got a cool mesh net.
I just made these painted these little droids up. Added a new guy to the AT-AT. I have a whole crew. That's a big AT-AT, and I believe we're going to see Sonic over there, and then Sonic's over in the cloud area. So
look at that. That's awesome.
And there's a whole area above that I haven't completed. This is 112 Creations made this the actual island part. So
wow.
And yeah, I can land things on there. Right now there's some. That's all foam, all the rock. Okay. We got Blue and Beta, some of the pilots down there. There's so much going on. There's some stuff from Empire Toy Works in there also, his machines. So, and the Shore Troopers are the main color scheme for Amrak Spot. So a lot of clone stuff going on. Down there is where the poop was at, where the poop gets turned into energy. So I stay away. I took all the Buzz Lightyear guys and repainted them up.
Yes, those are awesome.
Yeah, so where you get your fuel, it comes from Dino Poop.
I love that you have that cycle of it's awesome. Dinosaurs. There's dinosaurs in space.
Yeah, a lot of repaints. I still have to work. There's some ships in there that you see that aren't painted at all. They're straight out of the box how they are. So I have to add some paint to some of that stuff, but that's where they're going to be sitting. That's why I made this whole area. And that's the Bumblebee unit. It's a crew of Bumblebee and 3 other guys, and there might be more added. A little bit of Joy Toy stuff in there to help out with the building. So
you kind of had a color theme going through there with all the yellows and kind of adding through there. So
pretty much I like the blues and yellows and stuff. I'm just in green.
What did you do? So I noticed the caution stuff at the bottom. I don't want to replay it because it's stuck in that loop, but you had that caution stripe, but it was reflective in between. What did you put that over? What was the base for that? The flooring?
The flooring is all glass. I had some glass shelving and I painted one side of it one color and then on the top taped it off and then did the yellow over that. So
That's
it's like
awesome.
yellow glass. It's all tape and paint. But yeah, they were just glass pieces. And then there's board underneath that, foam, and then board, like EVA foam, so that I can, if I have to step on it to get to other places or lean on it, I can without it cracking. So, which you have to do because it's so deep, I have to, lean on it quite often. So, it's
you get a lot of compliments here. Love your work, killer
Thanks,
Amrak
guys.
spot, cool setup, nice, so awesome, like visiting another world. All right, I think that was 1, 2, 3. I can't do math. Don't make me do.
I had so many videos, man. Oh, this is that's the Millennium Falcon. I didn't send them in order properly, so this is one of my gunners from the Amrak Halo area, and I forgot to light up the inside of that building for this. That was fun. There's a light in there. That's my Bad Batch crew. They're hanging out with the Amrak UNSC. Is that how you say it? Yeah, the Halo guard, I guess, of Amrak spot.
Turrets, holy gosh.
So yeah, it's a lot of the stuff from the movie too. There's movie stuff, like that's the whole movie crew that I made, the custom crew, hanging out with Cap and the Doc from the show, and then a few custom Halo figures here. It houses 4 Warthogs, 2 Ghosts, 2 of the gunners on the end there, and a locker room. So it's pretty cool. That's all mostly foam. There is some wood also, but and then just a lot of them just talking about things. And then some of the Amrak people right there, some of my like personal guard right there. One's a Spartan.
Same color scheme as the Shore Troopers, yeah.
Yes, sir. And there's gonna be some of that implemented in all the different crews too. But yeah, it's a big area. And the stairs are very vertical. And then up here, this is X-Wings and Dings. This is actually Chevy 2, my buddy Colin.
My favorite part of the last one. That's such a good name, man.
Yeah. So that's a smaller X-Wing, obviously. And then that's my home, and that's my fiance to the right there.
Nice.
That's her ship up top, which isn't completed yet. Over here, we got like a general meeting, all the generals. There's clones in there. There's some animals of the Warrior Kingdom in there. Picard is there, Star-Lord is there, and then Alpha's in that. That's from Empire Toy Works. And then we have like Kylo and Rey's hangout, their spot, and then McDonald's, and then over there's Boba Fett's little, and then where that little yellow ship is, that's like a launching pad. Yeah. So I'm thinking about taking the whole army out and just having a couple guys. That's McDonald's.
Of course.
There's some, yeah. It's just,
I love that Kylo ship.
Yeah, it's fun. Oh, and then we have like a little thing over there. I don't even know. It's more fuel. And
I forgot about that spot.
Yeah, it's pretty much all like there's like Mando and Boba in this area, and then Cara Dune's little crew that I made for her, a little custom Cara Dune with
What are those lights? What are those lights?
Those are just 2 of those tube lights, and I've just inverted them. It's my favorite dinosaur from the last movie. Optimus is
very cool,
hanging out there with the Hulkbuster and some maintenance people. That was my first landing pad for the first Millennium Falcon, which is now too small for the big one. And yeah, so it's like anyone who has wings or jetpacks, there's that launching pad where that yellow vehicle's sitting on, the yellow ship.
Yeah.
And anyone can launch off from there.
That's awesome.
And then we have the Hall of Armor, which is probably another.
It's another video here. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. It's so big, guys.
It is. No, so the Optimus is really what gives away that scale of it, too. When you see him,
yeah, he's giant. He's so big.
Quarter figures.
Yeah, he's big. I think someone said he is scaled perfectly for 118. So, like I said, it's a little bit like you see Transformers in there, you see Star Wars. It's a little bit of everything. So
I need that to stop. Those are all bad guys. They can't be next to the good guys. The Transformers have to go somewhere else. Star Wars separated. No, it's awesome. Like you've taken like, hey, these are my clones that serve a purpose here. They're not part of the Empire or the Republic or whichever one of those two. Like it's awesome. It's you're incorporating how you want.
I do have an Empire section, but it's gonna be more on its own. It's not gonna be part of Amrak necessarily, if it's gonna be its own thing. But Amrak is like I've said before on here, is more of a safe place where everyone comes and that's where they hang out. There's military force because obviously people want free fuel. So some bad people might show up and we have to have people to push them back. And exactly. There's going to be a floating prison. So at some point, I'm still working on that. So
like Marvel's, what's it called? It's not the Ark, the Vault or whatever. So love everything I'm seeing. I'm seeing nothing but awesomeness, great details, fun to look at. Such a freaking cool tour. That's what I assume Thanos Copper sounds like. I've never met the guy. I don't know.
No, he's great.
Dinos, and yep, Mickey D's is everywhere. Freaking awesome. More than meets the eye. Very impressive, and it's a great looking world. Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's so cool.
I hate it. I hate it. It's dumb.
Man, all the armies that you have, I'm like, oh, it's so awesome. I'm so jealous. So don't worry. Everyone's jealous of everyone's something. You know what I mean? So it's very inspiring.
My curse and blessing is that I have boys, so we get to play with everything. But like, I'm constantly like, I don't get to build anything. I clean up messes. Like the other day, I was like, there are 3 games that have been left out here, and they're in bed. I'm just gonna put stuff away. That's all I did was put things away. So. All right, let's say I think we haven't seen this one. No, this is new, right?
That's some more of the hangar. I don't know if I pan up to the actual. I don't know if you guys can tell, but that's Han Solo in a weird pose. But yeah, he's not dressed very much. It's very funny to me.
We call it Macca's here in Australia. Good grief, Zazel.
Yes, and then there's we pretty much looked at this. Luke is right there, and also his wife from not the movie, but yeah.
Oh, Mary Jane. Oh yeah.
Yes, and there's a money fucking jeez of Pete's. This one might be too long. I don't know. The snow speeder with both the guys, even though he dies in the movie. I always forget his name, but
Wedge? No, not Wedge. Yeah, whatever.
I don't know. Yeah, but that's them in their snow speeder outfits.
That's giant, man. Just sitting there like a regular person. That's awesome.
It's insane. Just tons of lights. Tons and tons and tons.
So how many switches do you have to flip?
Yeah.
It is actually like 5 right now.
That's not bad. Okay. I would have expected
more. But it's a lot of them are like smaller, like ring LED things, so they have all separate. So yeah.
Dak. Everyone's jumping up and saying it's Dak. Except for Zazel, who says he calls it Macca's in Australia. He also calls them rice bubbles instead of Rice Krispies. So
I love Rice Krispies.
Yeah, but you can't go to Australia and get those. So all right. I can't tell. I should have labeled these. So
I should have labeled them.
Here we go. This is
all right. So this is the actual market inside of Amrak Spot. This hasn't built the longest, but now it's finally got some people. You see Soli back there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Spice person right there with that green ball in her hand.
Oh no,
that's Gamma Spice. And then some more Empire Toy Works stuff throughout the entire thing.
Oh yeah.
And a couple Marvel characters just thrown in there. You see the Rogers on Broadway thing. That's like I put that in right when I saw that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I put that in right away. And the bathroom, like a little nod to Empire Toy Works having the porta potty.
Oh, right, his little porta potty. Yeah.
This is the Hall of Armor area. If we're gonna get, I don't know. I don't remember what I did.
I was shocked how much Marvel Universe figures you have. Like that's a dead line. You've got a ton.
Yeah,
there's so many more. There's X-Men. There's so many more. I don't know where to put them. So, yeah, right now this is kind of where it's at. That's why I have to build more. So there's more. And you have Animals of the Warrior Kingdom down there again. There's a lot in this area. The droid station or the droid shop down there, which I keep for some reason looking at the Hall of Armor, but and they're
It's a
not
bright,
all.
shiny object.
Yeah, they're not all 3 3/4. There's like that up top. You have Igor, which is Comic Cave 112, the Droid Shop. Then you have Mando's shop. So the Droid Shop is actually my friend's shop. He actually owns the Raptor that you saw earlier, the Ford.
Oh, cool.
And Reeves Coffee made it. So had to do a Reeves roast. Sorry, that's why I called it Reeves roast. Yeah, because it makes sense. RR.
I showed my boys the pictures of all the Jawas and they lost their minds. They're like, look at all those Jawas. I'm like, guys, you have that many Jawas. You just scatter them everywhere.
Yeah, they're all different like types of Jawas too. So they're from all different years, new to old.
Yeah. So this is, Eddie Rodriguez here. This is so awesome. I love that
Eddie!
logo. Man, look at that logo. That is really cool. Hope you never have to move. Yes. That has been my. I don't know about you guys.
I own it, so I'll be here forever. So
yeah, because of the military, I've had to move sometimes a year and a half. Sometimes my stuff is just stuck in storage. But here, I finally have started building up that ship, and I'm like, I think I'm just gonna retire here. Like that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done. I'm just gonna retire
because of this ship.
Because of this ship, not because of career progression, but because
like I can't move this.
Yeah, that's it. We're done. That's it. You can never have too many Jawas. I agree, Zazel. All right, I think there's one more tour video.
Oh goodness!
Speaking of Jawas,
so that's Mando's area. It's an ironworks shop, which is perfect, and then the droid shop. There's a lot of droids, and there's also on the front of that droid building. Actually, turns around. There's a whole front of it. Oh, I did the light and everything on the camera. That's cool.
Yeah, but you struggle here for a little bit. It's really
there. We go. Hey, it's live, guys.
Look at that claptrap. So we just started playing Borderlands. My boys love that guy.
I put the chrome on Bo's side there. Just a couple of the people running stuff. Commander Zilla with the Flame Trooper helmet. Yeah, and then I have a lot of X-Men. That's only one character there. So
I purged all Marvel Universe.
So yeah, Joy Toy mixed with Star Wars Vintage Collection. Just a lot of things going on in this area.
Yeah, very cool. What is your lighting? So what? Oh, go ahead, Eric. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying the detail is just nuts. Like everything, there's just something everywhere. There's just no corner that's untouched.
But it blends well too. Yeah, it blends well too. It doesn't look like a grandma's curio cabinet. Like it actually all kind of like flows into each other. So. What is your lighting? So I know you've got the clouds up there, but what lights do you actually use? Because that is like absolutely crisp lighting you have.
It's a lot of ring lights. I also have a few.
It's only the strips that we saw. That's it.
No, like ring lights, strip lights. There's also like stage light type lights.
Okay.
There's a lot of lighting. There's many.
Because with as deep as that goes,
there's a light that actually shoots down. Like those lights up there actually do 0 for the world. So
because you covered them with cotton. Yeah, that's not a good.
Yeah. Well, and my main light, because I shoot so much, not the world shots, but like so many shots that I had to cover up my actual light with a bag. So it's an LED light, so it doesn't get hot. Don't worry. But yeah. There's a lot of lighting
with all the recesses you have back there. That should definitely like create like a cavern of shadows, but everything was just brightly lit. So that's the photographer in you. That's what that was.
There's a lot of the lights that are on arms and stuff. So if I do see a shadow, I can then move the arms around. So
yeah. So you pretty much just threw your electric bill out the window. Like
Well, this is rarely on. So when everything's going, I'm sure. Like, and the only time I blow a fuse is whenever the only time is when we're running. It's not even the lights. Like these things, they don't really take up that much. It's mostly when I'm using like the heat gun and stuff like that, and like the shop vac, and there's a lot of shop vacuuming in here because of materials. So,
that's awesome, man.
Yeah, all the lighting is stuff that you can buy just anywhere. So, and like when you were talking about the lights and how you were sticking them up in Amrak Island, I tried to do it a different way where I'd run it through like those ring hooks.
Yes, yeah.
Run it through those, and then like it's not a perfect like line, but it's still you can weave them in and out. So
I busted so many because as soon as you try to bend that, it's just a thin little filament that's actually running behind all that. As soon as you bend it, you snap a circuit. So I even had some pop, like little puff of smoke. I was like, crap. So like I've got one right now on that's permanently pink. I'm like, well, it's pink, Bay. That's all we can do with that one, guys. So I'm slowly replacing those because they're decks, and I have another system I'm going to do a video on. But yeah, that's painful. That eats up the toy budget, though. You know what I mean? Like buying this isn't something Eric suffers with. He's like, dummies. I just buy the toys. We're buying like electricity to look at the toys. Like,
the hardest part for me for world building is I'm not really great at doing the buildings. So a lot of the buildings are made, like I said, Empire Toy Works, ND Customs on Instagram. And then any of the foam stuff I can do. But as far as wood, not that great at it. But the lighting is the hardest part. And I always try to do the lighting first before I start. I mean, I paint everything first and then add the lighting. And then try to figure out how I can navigate it to where it's all connected. So I don't have to do so many switches. And so many, so that's the goal. But each time you move to a new section, you have to, for me, I have to figure out the lighting. Like, how is the lighting going to work? And then you kind of go from there. So, but I was thinking too, you were asking like, what else could you do? I was wondering, and I haven't done it, but I have some lights that are kind of like it, but running the LED strip through like a acrylic tube, like a clear tubing, then running the tubing around.
Yeah. Like, so it carries through it.
Yeah, I was thinking that would be an option, but it would be hard to feed that through probably, but it's worth a shot.
I mean, yeah, give it a shot. Let us know.
That way, awesome. And you wouldn't have to even take the sticky part off. You could just slide it through the tube. So,
also showing people your experiment is good content. That's good content video.
Oh, I'm not going to do it. I don't want to mess with any more lights for at least a couple months. So,
all right. Well, I'll go do your experiment for you then.
I'm finally to a place where I can drop customs in and take shots in the world, and it's relieving. And yeah, this is like the breakout party. So I was making it ready for this, man, and always messaging you and being like, well, I got it, man. Just give me one more day. I got one more day. I got everything.
Eric, we got to come to Josh's coming out party. Famine Studio says that's what he did. He did the LED strips through clear tubing. So
shoot. There you go. Hey, it works.
It takes me 10 minutes to turn on my station.
Took me 3, so it wasn't bad.
Just go outside and like turn the generator crank though. So.
He's like on a bike. He's like, so this is my world. It's a lot of fun.
And it's good cardio.
It'd be so much easier.
Guys, that is awesome. So thanks so much. I love diving into the lore. This is already pushing an hour though, as it is though. So please follow Wentzillah, Amrak's Spot. And then please follow You Grow Up, who has been
You Grow Up. That's how I like to say it. I like to say it like that. It's cool.
I'm Eric. Who's been an awesome co-host. I know I was giggling about you messing the buttons up, but man,
wasn't real tight there.
Who cares? You did great.
Perfect.
I'm just glad you were here, man. Like, so here's what's weird. So I'm actually a really big introvert. Like at work, my ideal day is when I can like not see a single person, go to my office, close the door, do my work at a computer, not have to call or respond to anybody, and then leave. Like that is the best job. Like I used to get in a lot of trouble in high school, and I'd be in school suspension when you're in a box. It was like the best. I'd come home, I was like, I feel really good. I don't know what it is. Like, and so like, but what's weird is I meet people like you all on through the interwebs, and I'm like, these are really good dudes, and like I enjoy meeting you all, and I love talking. I was just like, just come on, let's just come hang out, man. And oh yeah, we're gonna go see this other world too. So yeah, I was really glad to have you both on. It's really fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I appreciate it. Again, it's cool. Yeah, I know you're having all these world builders and stuff on, but I've watched every episode. Like I've been digging this stuff so much because again, like you guys say you're jealous of other people. You have no idea what it's like to have zero talent and just watch.
I don't know why you don't say that, because you do, man. Like you definitely do.
You don't understand because you just you have talent, like so you just can't understand what it's like to truly have no talent.
I don't know.
So here's what
I think you do.
We'll start having Eric. We'll introduce him to other creators, like Payne's Toy Samples. Like, hey, come hook up. And we'll like have Eric do like tutorial videos with another creator. It'll be awesome, and you'll slowly learn through them. I think it'd be great, man. So, all right, hey,
Sky Bottom.
Yeah, Sky Bottom this Sunday. Check it out. We're gonna do another tour, and we're gonna play a little game. Eric. Well, actually, no, since you're the host, what was I thinking? The guest first. Any shout outs you want to give there, Josh?
No, I don't. Just the non-artistic. If you guys want those cards, if the first 9, oh my gosh, the first 9 people will be on the next wave, which is really cool, I think. So, yeah. That's the only thing I have to push. And then I do a lot of work with Toy Mercs, so definitely check out Toy Mercs. And they have a collab or some type of thing every single week. So, and actually, the non-artistic had the child shot. That's why the Jawas had the little child on the little baby Jawa.
Okay,
so that was my shot for. It didn't have to be Grogu. It could be any, like, youngling type, shot. So that's why I chose. I was like, this Jawa is really cool. I never used this ever in a shot, so it worked out. So yeah, there's always, if you guys are into photography, and it doesn't matter what scale, there's always like some type of something every week where you can jump in a challenge and do something. And Thunder Thursdays, I just joined a new team up of toy photographers that are doing Power Ranger shots on Thursdays. So luckily I have a lot of them in the bag, so I could just throw one out there because I just got added last night and I was like, so here's one. So yeah. Eric? But yeah, thank you for having me. Sorry. Thank you.
Of course, man. Again, you guys, you're my favorites. No, that's not true. I love everyone equally. You guys are my favorites. Okay. So Eric, you got any shout outs for your awesome TMNT's channel, which is actually the only TMNT channel, and that's not like a funny like backhanded compliment like you're my number one Eric, you're the only Eric. You're actually the only TMNT channel I follow because I don't care about the others. I just go to yours for that content because that's how much I like it. So what do you got?
Because mine is definitely not the best, that's for
sure.
That's
not true. It gives it very direct. It gives what I want. It's concise. It's in good chunks. You're fun. You're entertaining to watch. No, wrong. You were wrong, sir. So stuff your opinion. Tell me what shout outs you want.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So, yeah, my channel, Know You Grow Up. Check that out if you're into TMNT stuff. Again, I want to try to talk about like X-Men here and there, but mostly turtle stuff. Exactly. And then we have our podcast, the Party Wagon Podcast. So you can check that out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. And then we put the video version up a week later on both of me and my co-host Brendan's channel. Go check out his channel too, Brendan Rambles. And then I think the last thing is just Dom. I had no trouble finding Joe's shirt here. I had the Studio Joe Hara shirt, but I cannot find a Toy DOMination shirt for the life of me, no matter what Joe says. I just want a Toy DOMination shirt.
The best was when Famine asked last stream, like, hey, where can I find that link? And Joe was like, Joe, I don't think the link works. He's like, well, I'm going to click it right now. Well, I would, but you didn't put it in there. I was like, no, I did not. And I didn't put it in this time either because I'm a dummy. I will put it in there and we will try it. I'll buy one of my own shirts to test that out again. I am sorry. Thank you. I need
to buy one. Yeah, I need to take the sleeves off.
They won't let me do it.
I was gonna say I don't have a sleeveless one. I'm sorry. We'll
try to get I can make that happen. All the sleeves go to soft goods on all these characters. So there you go. I have a whole basket of sleeves.
There you go.
I don't know if it's reuse.
Mine goes to the trash.
Hey, guys, Joe just texted me. He said we've got time. He said we actually are able to talk about Marvel Legends cards today.